Welcome, guys. So I'm just recording my Facebook as well as my podcast because it's a message for 2021. Just saves me doing it twice. So if you see this microphone sticking out my shoulder, it saves me holding it. That's what it is. I hope the message last week was clear with the whole family, because now up until March, we're going to have that time and ability to really see what we need to see, and it's going to allow us to give us space so that we can actually allow consciousness to come between us and that energy, that magna energy, which will allow us then to see what we need to let go of. So you just need to surrender to that each day, and just set that intention each day that whatever I need to see today, let it be known to me. And then you need to look out for the markers, okay, and the synchronicity, because this is such a powerful time now, to really transmute that which is denied and that which is unseen within our consciousness. And like I said last week, the iceberg analogy, if we can surrender to that and go, okay, fine, there's a lot going on that I don't understand, and really, do I need to understand it? No, you don't, because the mind will not understand it, because we don't have the awakened information within our society to bounce off. And this stuff that's going on is so interlaid with our soul extensions through all different levels of consciousness. It's too much for the human mind to understand. So really, this is, like I said, it's a time of surrender. This message that I'm about to bring through comes from the sacred feminine force, and that's going to talk about that a little bit more. And I'll talk a little bit at the end, because there's a few things that might need to be clarified, exactly what they're talking about. So again, when we sort of fixate on our story, we stay caught in that cycle. So you really need to, this is a time of looking at the story and what am I polarized into, what's the cyclical nature of my story, what keeps happening. And it's just to be inquisitive now and start asking the right questions about yourself as well. And this will start to break up the energy. And all souls are coming onto the planet to try and awaken up their human extensions. So this is really a good time to just sit and breathe into that, and just allow that consciousness to come into your energy field, because the ego mind and our tunnel vision of life is what blocks that. So again, this frequency that's trying to connect with us has always been around us. We just haven't seen it or felt it. So again, this is the time of surrender, and the message will speak about that as well. What else was there? There was something about the energy within our base chakras, and I've put the base chakra activation on there, so you haven't done it, have a look on the group. The energy in that base chakra is going to start to really spew out this year, and it's going to come out in fear, it's going to come out in all different emotions, but really what it is it's the masculine energy trying to reconnect with the feminine energy. And you'll see that a lot. So if you do get any lower back pains or digestive issues, because it will move up into the sacral, because it's obviously the relationship to the feminine and the inner child, which sits in the sacral energy in the stomach. So just be aware that if you do get some pains around there, that is that energy. So just talk to the chakra, just give it space and allow it to move through you. And don't forget, your soul is going to be doing this work. So you just need to surrender to it, acknowledge it, and the rest will get taken care of. But you need to sit with it, and you need to almost come back into a ritual with yourself, with your meditation, and just being with the emotions, being with the physical aches and pains, because they are all there as messengers, and it's all the ancient stuff trying to come up for release. So it's going to be a very exciting year. It's going to be a traumatic year. It's going to be a turbulent year. It's going to be a thrilling year, of divine expression. There's going to be so much going on this year, on both ends of the polarity. So just be still. So we need to be still in the eye of the hurricane, and the more still and present we are, the quicker we will receive and release, and also come to understand what's really going on with the unseen forces that are trying to move back onto the planet. although most of them are here anyway. But again, it's our access to them. It's about the surrender and listening, feeling, and allowing ourselves just to be present with that. And the rest will start to take place, because just before I started this video, the elemental kingdom is really trying to come back into people's consciousness. So this is your fairies, your pixies, and all the garden, like the gnomes, and all the I can't remember all the names of the elementals, the fauns, and all the rest of them. And I've seen some of them through my meditations and in spirit before, so they're very, very real, and they're trying to bring the balance of your emotional body back into alignment with the planet, so that you can have stability here through the shift that's going on. So it's really about grounding. Yes, we're grounding consciousness, which I've spoken about, but we have to have that on a physical level as well. So this is the time to put your feet out on the grass, put your hands in the mud, and then just sit in your meditation. They are coming to those that are awake. So you will have a very sensual experience with them. And again, depending on your clairvoyance and your sensitivity, obviously that will be different for everyone. But just the mere fact of setting that intention and bringing them in will start to realign, because a lot of these parallel dimensions have been in trauma because of the human ego. So they're trying to find balance. And there's a message in here about the whales as well that came through. I'm about to read that as well. So that was quite interesting. So just set the intention, because in the old days, the ancient ways, we used to communicate with these parallel dimensions all the time as part of our living. It's like talking to your next door neighbor. So we are trying to come back into that. And again, get out into nature, get out into your gardens. If you haven't got a garden, start creating one. Start using that creativity, because the creativity is a feminine energy as well. So this is also about more creative pursuits this year. So even if it's writing, drawing, painting, whatever, just find something to get the energy moving through your system, because we have to come out of the male energy. We need to bring it back into balance. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to read the message now, or the channel message, which came through about half an hour ago. All right. So I just said what's to come for 2021. The sacred passageway, the dawn of realization, opening to the wider universe and its understanding of your current struggle to free the ego. The ego is a construct to allow the illusion to feel real. We are saying that the veil of illusion is starting to thin, and those that are seeking reform will lay the foundation of the new earth. This is an unconscious appendage, and only through your will to access this information can it be made manifest. The heartbeat of Mother Earth will be felt. This will come through the ground, through the weather, and through your oceans. The ancient tribes of your world will be reuniting, and by July they will open up a direct portal into North America, and it is coming through to fertilize and rebalance not only nature, but the decay in your soil, to transmute toxic waste that has built up to a level whereby it is now releasing itself back into the atmosphere. This is part of their commitment to their service to Earth. They are the watchers and guardians. Your political arena will be tough as they try to implement more control against human rights. There are those in the government that are trying to stop the corruption, and you will see this in the latter part of the year. Some exposure on this subject. You will most likely see murder at the highest level and more violence as human captivity is resisted. Because the human spirit cannot be held back any longer, and the anger and rage must surface for release. So don't see this as a negative, more a healing of the denied, repressed human expression. You will be asked by your souls to heal the father energy and let go of force. You have to become infants again to rebirth, and the challenge is letting go of evolution on a physical level, because nothing can evolve until surrender is made manifest on the planet. In surrender, all is possible, and here lies the problem with those in power. They will all struggle with their health and popularity this year if they try to project force. The divine feminine will not be denied any longer, nor fall whim to the force. The feminine holds the greatest power, and nothing at its core can go against it. The forces on your planet have tried to deny, debunk, and ostracize the feminine, and that old model of force is what is still trying to run your planet. The lunar calendar will be exceptionally potent this year, so get into the routine of meditation on the new and full moons, all 13 of them. The feminine number will not be denied, and look out for the numbers 13 and 4. 4 being your soul, and 13 being the divine feminine. If you see these numbers, stop and listen. The feminine is talking to you, because our soul is feminine. Accept all your physical pain and your emotional anguish with love. It is the denied, repressed emotion coming to the surface. And this year it will augment to new levels. The whale beings on your planet are in sadness and anger. Connect in with them. Acknowledge their gift on your planet. Something is stirring in Southeast Asia, and this will be known to you. Ancient trauma and grief within the Earth Mother will start to release. Some may experience what you call acid rain. It is the frequency of said denied emotion within the water. And there will be panic brewing on all levels of the planet. Again, ancient emotional trauma. Fire will set ablaze. It is to transmute the toxicity in your air. You will see a rise in mental illnesses and a wake up to the heavy metals being exposed in your products. We are waiting for you to align with us. We are the sacred feminine force. So it is all about the feminine now. And a lot more of the energy is going to be coming through. And about 2 years ago, I was contacted with a feminine force, and they've been working with me with the Viridian consciousness, which is the male force of my soul body. And my book that's coming out later this year explains a lot about that. And I'll be doing more work with the Algorians, and I'll be doing more of their messages, because that frequency now needs to be heard and it needs to be expressed through their words as well. So there's a lot coming up. So I hope that message helped. If like I said, if there's any questions, please send them to me. We'll start doing a few more channelings now, probably every week, especially through these next 2-3 months as things start to really sort of take off. And it will be turbulent for some people, and there's going to be a lot of elation for others. Like I said, this is why Spirit last week were really trying to talk about the story and disconnecting from people's stories, because you cannot stay in the same frequency of someone that is denying what's really going on, that's denying themselves, denying their emotional body, and denying the truth. So again, it's hard to let go of relationships, and some friendships may have to split up, and that's okay, because you have to get rid of the old to allow the new in as well. So it's going to be interesting. So just sit with it, sit with yourself. You're number one. Until you are fixed and healthy inside, you can't really help anyone else either. So make sure your priority is working on yourself more than anyone else at the moment. And that's not selfish, that's just smart. And that is what the soul is asking for you to do. Every soul on the planet is getting this option and this choice now. So we either listen or we don't. All right, guys, thanks very much. I will speak to you again soon. Take care.